All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Couch Warrior podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and today we're going to quickly go over a few regional bets that I've made for this weekend. Obviously, it's a big weekend. We've got UFC 281 coming to my backyard over here in New York City. So that's really dope. I'll be going live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time to break down that entire card. I'll be going live with Danny Lags, super dope guy in the community, really sharp, should be a lot of fun. Had to close my window real quick. But anyways, right now we're going to go through these real quick. I'm going to do KSW 76, only the two bets that I made there. I'm going to do Cage Warriors 146, only the two bets that I made there. And I haven't played anything yet for CFFC 114. That's why I haven't included it in the title or the thumbnail. But that's also going to be something I'll go over real quick. I have a few spots I'm looking at, so I'll let you guys know what I'm thinking there. So real quick, just a reminder, like this is just going to be not the full card breakdowns, just the bets that I've already made, my best bets for these cards. So without further ado, let's get right into it. For the first one, we've got Powell Pawlak. Now we're doing KSW, by the way. Powell Pawlak versus Tom Breese. Pawlak is 24-1. He's 33 years old, 6 feet tall at the 74-inch reach. And we're going to be going with the gyms from Tapology. So I've got him at Octopus Lods. On the other side, Tom Breese is 15-3-0. He's 31 years old, so he's 2 years younger. 6'3", so he's 3 inches taller, 74-inch reach. They've got the same reach, and he's training out of Team Renegade BJJ. For this one, I like Tom Breese. I played him fairly early. I played him at minus 150 for 1.5 units. He's currently sitting at, pulling it up. He's currently sitting at minus 200, minus 143 if you have Betway. I think minus 200 still makes sense. I mean, I personally wouldn't add more now, but minus 150 I really liked. I think Tom Breese is just better than him anywhere. Two UFC vets. Tom Breese, more recent UFC vet, definitely found more success in the UFC as well. I just think he's the better striker. I think he's the better offensive grappler. I think he should be able to win on the feet, on the ground. So I do like Tom Breese here. He's looked good since being cut from the UFC, and I wouldn't be shocked if he ended up coming back eventually, maybe for another short stint. He is only 31 years old, still pretty young. So yeah, I like Tom Breese. That's my first bet out of my two bets for KSW 76. Now, I don't have a bet here, but I did want to just go over it real quick because I might end up parlaying Kashesco with someone else later on. So for here, we've got Masej Kashesco versus Francisco Albano Barrial. Kashesco is 8-2-0. He's 29 years old, 6 feet tall with a 73.2-inch reach, and he's training out of Ankos MMA. On the other side, you've got Barrio. He's 10-2-0, 33 years old, 5'7" with a 67.7-inch reach. So he's given up 3 inches in height, 5 inches in height. He's given up, what is that? About 5 inches in reach, and he's training out of American Top Team Zagreb. So for this one, I mean, it's just clearly Kashesco. He's a heavy favorite for a very clear reason. He's currently sitting at minus 300, opened at minus 200. I just don't see how his opponent wins. I think Kashesco's got him completely covered. He's the better striker. He's the better grappler. I don't really see how his opponent Barrio wins. So I am going to be parlaying him probably with someone who I'll talk about in a little bit. For this next fight, though, I've got a money line play. It's my second one of the card, and it's the second bet I've already made. Here we've got Artur Shapaniak versus Brian Hoy. Shapaniak is 8-1-0. He's 25 years old, 5'11" with a 74-inch reach, training out of Team Mixed Fighter. On the other side, you've got Brian Hoy, 18-8-0. He's 28 years old, so he's 3 years older, 5'11". They're the same height, 77-inch reach, so he's got a 3-inch reach advantage. And we're going with Ruthless Fight Company. So when I first saw this line, I wanted to see if I could bet Brian. I remember him from Bellator. I haven't been able to watch his fights post Bellator, but in Bellator, he fought someone who just fought, an Italian fella, blanking on his name. It was an interesting fight, and Brian ended up losing that one. And it was the grappling. It was the mixed-in grappling that ended up losing him that fight. His striking is very solid. That's his thing. I believe he's a Dutch kickboxer. He's a very good striker, but at the end of the day, I think Artur is also a really good striker, and I think he's going to have the grappling edge here. I think he is going to use that grappling edge here, and I just expect him to be able to outgrind Brian here. As long as they're not on the feet for too long, I don't expect him to get hurt. And I think that Artur's, the striking's close. I don't think he's completely outmatched in the striking, and I do think he's got that edge in the grappling. I got him at, let's see real quick. I got him at plus 130. He's now sitting at plus 110. I still think that's playable. I like him here. I just think he's got more ways to win. So I'll be going with Artur Sapaniak. I think that's the side, and that's my play. And then I was talking about this guy over here, Kashesco, saying I'm going to parlay him. And that's going to be with Saladin Parnasse. I mean, this dude's one of the best lightweights outside of the UFC. I mean, the dude's a stud. We'll go over it real quick. We've got Sebastian Rajewski, 12-7-0, coming off a loss, by the way. 30 years old, 5'10" with a 69-inch reach. And he's training out of a Polish camp. I can't pronounce that. On the other side, we've got Saladin Parnasse. He's 16-1-0, 24 years old, 5'10" with a 73-inch reach. So he's got a, what is that? 73, 68. It's a 5-inch reach advantage, training out of Arch Academy. I mean, Parnasse is just a stud, man. He's better everywhere here. I think he's probably going to finish Rajewski. There's really not much to break down. He's a heavy favorite for a reason, and I'm going to be parlaying him with blanking on his name again. Kashesco. We'll see what the odds are on that. It's probably going to be pretty chalky, but I'll put like 2 units on it and call it a day. So that's it for KSW 76. Remember, the only 2 money line plays I've made so far are Tom Breese at minus 150. He's now minus 200. And Artur Sapaniak at plus 130. He's now plus 110. So now we're going to go into Cage Warriors, go over this one real quick. I've also got 2 bets here and then a few leans that I wanted to talk about just really quickly. So let me just check which ones those were. Yeah, okay. So the first one's this. We got Aaron Abbey versus Stipe Miocic. This is my first money line play. I did play the dog Stipe. So Aaron Abbey is 13-5-1. He's 5'5", and he's training out of MMA Academy. On the other side, we've got Stipe. He's 10-3-0, 29 years old. We don't have a height for him, but I'm pretty sure it's around the same. And he's training out of UFD Gym. So I'm actually pretty surprised he's the underdog. As you see, he's literally, you don't see it here, but he's ranked number 1 in oh yeah, you do see it, in Europe, in Western Europe as a flyweight. That's pretty impressive. There's a ton of them out there. And he's just a good fighter. I like his striking. He's funky on the feet, a little difficult to predict what he's going to be doing. And I just think he's the better striker here. The grappling is where it's going to get interesting. Aaron Abbey's a good grappler, but so is Stipe. He has given up some bad positions sometimes, and he's tweaked out, leading to some of his losses. They're weird losses if you go check them out. But I just think overall he should be able to win this fight more times than he loses, and I'm getting him as an underdog. So I like that quite a bit. Moise is saying he submits, AB submits Stipe. It's possible. It's possible. He is a favorite for a reason. Maybe you guys are seeing something I'm not. But I think that Stipe should be able to survive any grappling exchanges. And on the feet, I don't really love what Aaron Abbey offers. So I like Stipe enough to play him for 1 unit at plus 130. And that's going to be the play there. Now, real quick, I wanted to bring up a few spots that I'm looking at for parlays and whatnot. I mean, I don't think I'm even going to end up doing it. I just have it written down, so I'll go over it real quick. Hendon versus Eric Margarian. James Hendon is 6'2-0, 5'8" with a 71-inch reach, and he's training with Andrew Fisher over in TFT MMA. Eric Margarian, he's 25-11-0. We don't have any measurables for him. I think he's a bit bigger than Hendon, though. And for this one, I like Hendon, right? Hendon should win. And I have him listed in my notes as a possible parlay piece. It's just I think that Margarian's actually not bad. He's good everywhere that Hendon is good. They're both good grapplers. I actually quite like some of the things from Margarian that I'm seeing on the ground. And we've seen Hendon slip up a bit, but we've also seen him have good moments, right? He fought both of the guys who fought this past weekend in CW 145. Blanking Paul Hughes, and I'm blanking on the other fella's names, both studs. He did take down not Paul Hughes, the other guy. And I just think he's all around better here. I think he's the better grappler and the better striker, but I'm hesitant. I might not even parlay it because I think Margarian might be low-key live. I think the line seems to indicate that. I think a few people also noticed that it might not be a bad spot. Where is it? Margarian, yeah. So it's been moving up and down. Now it's back at plus 205, higher than the opener. But at one point, he was all the way down. He was down to plus 190. So not crazy movement, but I do think Hendon should win. I'm just going to probably stay away from that one. Now, this play I have already made, and I like it a lot. We've got Aaron Johnson versus Lucas Capera. Johnson 7-2-0. I don't have measurables for him. He's training out of Blackledge. He is a tall guy, though. I'm fairly certain he's going to be the taller man here. Lucas Capera, he's 10-7-0. 33 years old, 5'9", training at the Zenith Vera Fight Club. And I mean, we should probably just pull up their Tapology records real quick so I can explain to you guys what I'm thinking here. I just think, I mean, the competition is just night and day between the two of these. All right. Aaron Johnson, right? He's the heavy favorite. I mean, now it's been coming down, but he opened up at minus 300. And his last fight was Jamie Lee, 6-3-0, now 6-4-0. Elliot Jenkins, 5-2-0 at the time, now 5-3-0, hasn't fought since. He lost to Adam Bousif in 2020. The guy was 10-7-0. Let's see what he is now. 11-7-0. He beat Ross So, who was 2-0 in 2019. 2-1-0. He's now 2-3-0. He beat Percy Hess, who was 0-1-0, is now 0-4-0. He beat, let's see, Tom Pedreno. This is fun. 0-2-0, now 0-5-0. Alex Masuku, 0-2-0, now 0-3-0, never fought again. Dion Brunning, he lost to. Guy was 1-0. Look at that, 4-1-1 now. And the last one, Easton Hansen, was, what was it? It was 0-1-0, right? And now he's 1-2-0. So you get my drift. Aaron Johnson just hasn't fought anyone good. He's a good striker, but there's really not much more to it there. Meanwhile, Lucas Copera, I mean, he's fighting good guys. He's fighting in good promotions. George Hardwick, he lost to him in Cage Warriors 134. You know, that's fair play. Hardwick is a stud. Adlan Batayev in ACA. Herdison Batista in ACA. Michael Roche in ACA. That's not the best fight, but he won that one. Ariel Pertia, who's low-key really good. ACA as well. ACA before that, Lucas Rajewski. And then before that, fight exclusive night. Now we're talking lower level promotions. But you get the drift. He's fought the much better guys. I think he's got a significant grappling edge here. I think he can take down Aaron Johnson. I think he can control Aaron Johnson. On the feet, maybe it'll be close. I don't love the striking of Copera, but I think he should be able to hang with Johnson. And I think with the grappling, he should be able to pull that W. Moyes is saying the Prince is a good bet at plus 240. Who's the Prince? Is he talking about Copera? Or is that actually somebody whose name I just don't know? Because I don't remember a Prince on this card. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I got him at plus 230 for Copera. He's now plus 145, so that's not nearly as good, but I still think it's a good line to play. I mean, Copera should probably be the favorite. I don't really see what Aaron Johnson's got here, except for some striking, but Copera should pull away here. And last, I wanted to run through the main, not just the main event, this one and then the main event. So for here, we've got Mateusz Figlak. He's the brother of the other Figlak who fought in the UFC, lost to Farazia, versus Jim Wallhead. Wallhead is 31-11-0. He's 38 years old, 5'10" with a 74-inch reach, training out of Team Roughhouse. On the other side, Mateusz Figlak is 7-1-0. He's 6 feet tall, don't have a reach for him, but he's got a 2-inch height advantage, training out of Trojan Free Fighters, Gloucester. And this one's an interesting one, but it's also a setup fight for Mateusz Figlak. I mean, the odds indicate that. You've got Figlak sitting at minus 280, open to minus 260. Comeback on Wallhead is plus 220. Look, Wallhead is all right. He's a veteran of the sport. He's fought in a lot of the big promotions, Bellator, Cage Warriors. So, you know, he's been around the block. He is a good fighter overall. He's well-rounded, but I just think that Figlak should be better. Now, Wallhead is difficult to wrestle. He is. He's difficult to take down. He's difficult to control, and that's the main thing that Figlak's going to be looking to do. At least that's normally what he's looking to do. I do think he'll still find the grappling. I do think he can mix it in with his striking. I think he's a superior striker here. He's definitely the younger man. I know that, even though his age isn't up there. And I just think overall, right now, he's the better fighter. He should be able to pull this W. It might be a little bit greasy, I think, if it goes to decision, but I think Figlak will pull it off. I don't have a bet on him yet. I'll probably parlay him with who? Not sure yet. We'll have to see. But yeah, we'll move on to the championship fight. Again, I don't have a bet here. I probably won't get there because Duncan is minus 500 now. And there's very, very little information about his opponent. I believe the last fight was 2019, or at least the last available fight was 2019. But we've got Christian Leroy Duncan versus Marian Dimitrov. Duncan 6-0, undefeated as a pro, 27 years old, 6'2", and he's training out of Range Martial Arts Academy on the other side. You've got Dimitrov. He's 10-2-0, 5'11". So he's given up, what is that? He's given up 3 inches in height. Don't have a camp, don't have a reach. He's a big, heavy hitter. He likes to grapple a little bit. Christian Leroy Duncan, though, really slick striker. Really like what he does on the feet. Should he be minus 500? It's hard to tell. We don't have enough info on Dimitrov. I think Duncan's going to win. Am I going to parlay him? We'll see. Probably not. Moyes is saying Dimitrov is one of those fake record guys, and I agree. He definitely does not have a good resume. Meanwhile, Duncan's actually fought some of the good competition over in the UK scene. So yeah, I'll be playing. I mean, I won't be. I'll probably not be parlaying Duncan. Something I'll consider, but I do think he wins. Just wanted to talk about that one real quickly. And all right, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was CFFC 114. So let's do that real quick. C114 topology. So I haven't made any bets here yet, but there are a few that I wanted to talk about just real quick. So the first one that I missed was Max Quinones versus Cameron Cash. I won't do the whole introduction for them just because I'm no longer making the play. But Max Quinones was literally an underdog up until like last night, and someone came in and just dropped bread, and now he's like minus 200 or something. Cameron Cash he's training out of Glory MMA. He's a good grappler. I thought Quinones is the better striker and should be able to outgrind Cash, and I thought Cash isn't a great striker, but I'm not willing to play Quinones at minus 200. Now, who else here that I want to talk about? I am looking at this one. Shlomo Boyd versus Brandon Lopez. I'll go over it real quick. Boyd is 4-4-0. He's 22 years old, training out of Boyd Bros MMA. On the other side, you got Brandon Lopez. He's 33 years old. We don't have a camp for him. We don't have a height. I believe, if I remember correctly, based on just seeing them against opponents, I think they're around the same height. And look, I think Boyd should win. I'm pretty surprised at the line movement. I mean, Boyd opened up as the favorite. I'll pull it up real quick. So Boyd opened up as he opened up as a minus 200 favorite. He's now plus 135. And I'm looking to play him probably for just a half unit. I think that, he's the better grappler in my opinion. And I think that's why he opened the favorite. On the feet, it's probably Brandon Lopez. I don't love Boyd on the feet, but I think it's close. I just think the Boyd should be able to win this one. I think he's more well-rounded. I think the grappling should be able to do it for him. 11 years younger. I do believe he's slightly larger. And look, I'm not willing to bet too much on this. Low level, really hard to tell based on their competition. But I'll wait and see if I can get around plus 150. I'm going to do a half unit on Shlomo Boyd. Moyes is saying Duncan and Mokaev were at the same UK MMA national team. Yeah, I mean, Duncan is legit, man. Duncan is 100% legit. I just don't love betting against people who I haven't seen in a minute and don't know what to expect from. So that's why I'm hesitant on that Duncan side. But yeah, Shlomo Boyd is the spot I'll probably get to. And then the other one I wanted to talk about was this one. Blake Smith versus Kenley St. Louis. So I wasn't going to get here, but now that the line movement's been going in a way I didn't expect, I think I am going to get there. We've got Blake Smith versus Kenley St. Louis. Smith is 7-2-0, the current champion for CFFC, the lightweight division. 32 years old. Don't have a height for him. He's training out of Def War. I'm pretty sure they're the same height. CFFC does give their heights on the graphics. I'm pretty sure he's either 5'11 or 5'10 for Blake Smith. Kenley St. Louis, 6-4-0, 5'11". He's much better than his record suggests at 6-4-0. He's fought guys like Slava Borshev. That's an okay loss to have. And he's pretty well, not pretty, he is very well-rounded as Kenley St. Louis. I'll say that. He's a good striker. He's a good grappler. He does everything fairly well. But the thing is, I think Blake Smith does everything he does just better. I think Blake Smith is the better wrestler. I think Blake Smith is the better striker. And I think Blake Smith can mix it in better. I think it could get close, so I understand why the line closed up a bit. But now that I'm seeing I can get Blake Smith at minus 215, I might have to play that. I was looking to maybe parlay him with someone earlier in the card, William Rentz. Um, I think they changed his opponent, though. No, they didn't. That's the same one. Yeah, so this is like a clear setup fight. Just go look at it. I mean, Rentz is better completely. Rentz should run through him, probably finish him. Uh, really not much to say there. He's minus 470 for a reason. I might parlay up him and Blake Smith for CFFC and call it a day, but we'll have to see about that. So that's it. That's a wrap for my regional bets this weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to tune in tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time to watch me break down UFC 281 together with Danny Lags. Should be a good time. And yeah, real quick, we'll go over my bets one more time that I've already made. Artur Sapeniak plus 131 unit. Tom Breese minus 150, 1.5 units. Lucas Copera plus 230, 1 unit. And Stipe Bricic plus 135, 1.5 units. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck with all your bets and have a good one.